Okay, so it's time to man up, right? I love that theme. So, wow, it is bright up here. So I'm Deacon Matt Coyne, St. Joseph's Downingtown Parish. What a nice group of guys we got here. Also, a proud graduate of Cardinal O'Hara High School. All right, thank you. The last time I looked out from this stage with these lights on, I was playing Nicely in the 1984 production of Guys and Dolls. If you weren't able to be there, I'm sorry. If you were able to be there, I'm very sorry. But this school has done a great deal for me, and I'm very thankful. Deacon Steve Javi asked me if I'd come and speak for about 10 minutes about the diaconate program. I said, great. He called me back and said, scratch that, we're doing a video. I said, okay. He said, but you can tee it up. I said, all right, I'll tee it up. So what I want to tee it up by saying is I'm not here to call you to be a deacon. Only God can do that. But I am here to ask you to listen. And so you can listen really well. I want to take one excuse off the table that I used for many years. I'm busy. I have a busy job. I need to provide for my family. I don't have the time. For me, it was more like this. I have 7 kids. I run a business. I work in finance. I sell companies. My revenue goes up and down depending upon deal flow. I don't have the ability to do this. God's response. I met Deacon Al Clay. How many kids does Deacon Al Clay have? 7. And what does he work in? Finance. So we got over that. My biggest fear in the seminary was I would have a transaction closing at the same time that I had a final or an important paper due. Never happened. The biggest deal my company ever did in its 22-year history, I was on silent retreat preparing for my ordination. I turned it over to God. I said, God, I may have said this in prayer. God, if you close this deal, I will know that you are going to take care of everything. God not only sent me a sign by closing that deal, but he dunked on it. Best deal we've ever done. And I will tell you, I knew on that time, if I did God's work, he would provide. And I was reminded of that today. Closed the deal this week. An important deal for me, important deal for my client, and my client is here. Right? I didn't know he was going to be here, but God reminds us that's the case. So my point is this. If you feel you're being called and you do this, or you pursue the diaconate, God will provide. I want to point out one other thing. We get an immeasurable amount of things out of the diaconate, but so does the church, and more specifically, our priests. These gentlemen that stood up here and we applauded for, they are our future priests. The priests at our parish, when Deacon Michael and I take the weekend and preach, they get a break. When they do the funeral and we go to the cemetery, they get a break. These men are stretched thin. There are not enough of them. They're amazing people. This is a real opportunity for us to do something for our priests. So, like I said, I'm not here to call you. I'm here to ask you to listen and watch this video like God is talking to you, because for some of you, he is.